So I've started a video series where I review free video editing software platforms for anyone who's starting out as a video editor. So today we are reviewing a product called ShotCut. So let's get into it. All right, so I've got ShotCut open, and the first thing I notice is, what the hell's going on? Okay, new project. So we choose the place that we want a project to go to. Let's give it a name and click start. Let's see what that does. Nothing. Just so you guys know, these are not deep dive reviews into these programs. I'm just giving you a basic review on somebody who's starting out, somebody who's testing the waters with video editing platforms. Try to create a basic video from start to finish using these programs and see what the positives and negatives are and what each program would be best for in terms of video editors. Let's try add a video to this thing. So I'm gonna just do the old drag and drop, see how that goes. I've got my wonderful cat video. Drag, okay, we can drag into the timeline, straight into the timeline, yes. With a lot of these video editing platforms, they're generally laid out all the same. So you generally on the top left, you have your window, which allows you to change your effects. You have your basic window, which shows you what your video is going to look like. And then you have your timeline at the bottom. I have a lot of trouble with this program because there's a lot of buttons and it doesn't seem as user-friendly, but let's check it out. So at the bottom here in this timeline, you have the option to cut. So if I click here and I click cut, oh, I thought it would split the clip, but it cuts, like it deletes the clip. Okay, so we can copy and paste. Then you have the option to append something onto the end, delete. You can lift, overwrite, split that playhead. That's what I want to do. So if I click here and I click this button, it'll split the clip in half. You can create a marker, move between your markers, previous marker, next marker. That's in order to snap. Scrub while dragging. These ones get a little bit confusing. To be honest, I haven't worked out what they are. Scrub while dragging, ripple all tracks and ripple all markers. You can zoom in and out and zoom timeline to fit, and then we can also record some audio. I did try to record the audio and it didn't work too well, but that was because it was on my MacBook and I didn't have my microphone plugged in, so it'll probably be a lot better this time. Let me just test it out. Hello, testing 1, 2, and we're done. It's going to save the audio. That's pretty cool that it drops it straight into your video, but let's play through it and hear what it sounds like. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2, I'm testing out the audio. And we're done. Okay, that's not very good. There's lots of clicks and pops in that. Not the best. At the top here, we've got some options. We can open our file, open other files. We can save, undo. We have our peak meter, properties, recent, add some notes, change between the playlist and the timeline. I'm still trying to work out exactly what that is. We got some filters here, which if I click on it, nothing happens. Markers. We got our keyframes. So just off the bat, ShotCut is not very user-friendly. I have used it a few times. I tried this out a while ago and already I've forgotten what half the stuff does, so that is saying something, but I do remember them having lots of functionality. Let's get into that. So at the top left here, we've got our visual effects, our editing layout tab. We've got a color tab, an audio tab, and a player tab. So player will play our video in full screen. Audio, we can change the audio and color. So they do go into a bit of depth. On the left over here, you have a whole bunch of presets. Let's do HEVC main profile. Will I drag it on? Will I double click on it? Gosh, what is happening? The default creates a... Okay, let's edit. I'll click on the editing tab and select my video. And why don't we add some effects onto this video? So let's go up to the effects tab, and on the top left here, if you click this plus button, hiding away from everything is the effects. So we have our very basic ones. We can adjust the brightness, do some color grading, contrast, audios, size, position, and rotate. That's always a good one. So if I click on it, there we go. Let's just drag this because they do have the options to change your keyframes. We can pull on this to zoom in and out, options to rotate. Let's animate the size. I'm gonna go to the start of my playhead, put a keyframe on size and position, and then I'm gonna go right to the end of my playhead. We're gonna push. What happened to my size? Let's try this again. I'm going to create a keyframe starting at the size. Why do you go to 0? No. Let's try it again. I'm going to put it in manually. It's okay, zoom. Oh my gosh. Why is it there? Can I drag this? Okay, you can drag the edges, but you can't drag the actual. Oh, there we go. Now let's add our keyframe. Okay, it's added a keyframe. I'm going to push that keyframe all the way to the left. Right at the end here, we are going to zoom. Let's make it 130%. Okay, I see what it did there. I had to change the zoom instead of size. That's very confusing though. And let's also change our position. And now let's play through it. We should have an image that zooms in. Yes! Okay, let's add an interesting one. So they do have some really cool filters over here. They are quite hard to understand. The mask filter, for example, if I want to apply a mask onto this thing, it seems like I have to hit mask apply and mask simple shape first, and then put mask apply afterwards. And mask simple shape, we have to shape Where's our shape? You know what, guys? I have used this platform. I've been working with it about a week ago. I started playing with it. And it had some really cool filters that you could use, but it was very technical and hard to understand. This video might make light of it not being the best laid out platform, but it does have some really good options and it goes into a lot of details if you know how to use the program. I'm honestly going to end the review here because I'm going to be wasting your time going through it, trying to explain to you all of this other stuff. From my point of view, if you're starting out as a video editor, I would not go with ShotCut. The positives with it is you can do some custom animations which the other programs can't. The negatives, it is incredibly user friendly. In order to understand it, it's going to take a lot of time. If you're starting out for the first time as a video editor looking for free video editing software, I would highly recommend a different platform. So if you are interested in seeing what Clipchamp is like, I've done a review on it and you can check that video out over here.